I'm here to tell you 5 reasons why the fastest growing food brand in the Southwest is Item 7, at least by some quotas. When you look at the brand, you see their strategic positioning, talking about them being located in Oyo State, talk about Ibadan. They have over 10 branches in Ibadan. Talk about Ilorin, which is their flagship location. They have scores of locations over there also. In Lagos, they are there. Ogbomoso. There are some secret success factor that is driving the brand, and it is hidden in what I'm going to show you in this video. A secret sauce that is making that brand to spread like wildfire in the Southwest is what I want to share with you in this video. You don't want to miss it. Hi, Michael Ogunshola here again. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Peak Performance Diary, and you are on African Need Builders, a conversation where I showcase and spotlight great builders doing great work across the nation and across the continent. If you're new on this platform, you're welcome. If you're yet to subscribe, consider joining the community. Many thanks. Now let's go back to the conversation. Before we begin to unpack those success secrets I told you about, I want to quickly give you a backstory of the founder of this great brand, talking about Ibigbemi Oloruntobi. So he is popularly known as Orbit. He is a graduate of physics from the University of Ilorin, and way back in 2011 when he graduated, he decided to stay back, and by 2012 his business started properly in a small kiosk right in front of the school, around the school premises in the student area. Now, one thing that is striking about this gentleman is, even from way back in 2012, he had already positioned himself to locate himself where there is dense population, where young people are, talking about the students. There is a lot of traffic, and he also chose striking colors, talking about his branding. He went for red, white and black. That is the kind of founder we are choosing today. I want to talk about somebody that has understanding of strategic positioning and strategic branding. That is Ibigbemi Oloruntobi. So the first thing you will notice about the secret sauce that is making this brand to be so successful is in the founder. And what is that thing? He didn't start big, but he started smart. Now look at my choice of word. Starting smart is very important. How you start something will determine how it will be sustained. Now when I say he started smart, what do I mean? It's positioning, like I said in my opening. Being located in a very busy place. His color, the color branding, having red, black and white. These are already strategic advantage. You know, if you want to do business, many of the times people will say that they need capital, they need money. It's lack of money that is not making them to launch. It's lack of money that is not making them to take their product to the market. Just imagine you are in a place right now and you have great idea, but for whatever reason you feel stuck. I tell you, that's where Ibigbemi was way back in 2011 as a fresh graduate, a physics graduate for that matter. You would have thought that he would have resigned to fate and say, well, as it is, I don't have the capital, I have big dream, but I don't have the capital. That's not the case. He started smart, a small kiosk as it were, with his vision. Now what is smart about his operation? He studied his customers. He knows that students as it were have this challenge. And what is that challenge? Their challenge is they have little, when I say little, I mean little disposable cash, yet they want excellent service. Now what's the challenge? If you are smart, you will think of, how do I provide premium service to these young men and women, otherwise my customers, with little disposable cash? Hence he thought about it. He said, yes, I'm going to niche down. I'll niche down to party jollof and party fried. And that was the foundation of Item 7 Go. You need to look at your business. In as much as it's good to want to start big, you don't necessarily have to start big. You just only have to start smart. You have an idea. You need to do a proof of concept. So look at the smallest viable product, the smallest way you can deconstruct your idea to a proof where you can sell it, you can market it, you can have paying clients. Now we know that you are onto something, because that's the secret of this gentleman. So you want to start smart, not necessarily big. Another secret sauce, talking about success secret number 2, is the gentleman that's founded the business. He started with a mission and a vision. Now what is his mission and vision? Their mission, as stated by the founder even on their website, is our goal is to be part of everyday life of the average Nigerian. Not just to be part of their life, but we want to give them premium food, quality and affordable, where they want it and when they want it. Now, when you look at that mission, you will now see that even the rapid growth that helped them to dominate Ilorin to Kwara, from Kwara they have now gone to Lagos State, and from Lagos State they are in Ogbomoso, they are in Ibadan, more than 10 branches in Ibadan. What are you seeing there? You will see that these people are everywhere. Based on that vision and mission, permit me to say that they have just only started, because I believe that they are going to dominate Nigeria, because their model is highly scalable, very scalable. That's it. If you want to do anything, you must have, in the words of Barack Obama, the audacity of hope, the audacity of belief. Don't limit yourself by maybe your environment or where you are or what is going on in your life, because I must be very frank with you, sometimes reality is not something you see physical. Reality is something that you can literally bend. It's something that you can literally manipulate. So what do you want to do? What is it that you are building? What is your vision for that project, for that idea? You don't just want to be random. You don't want to be chasing the air. You want to be intentional and strategic. They have a vision. Their vision is driving them. That is why their growth is surely inevitable. You don't want to be an accidental entrepreneur, because many of the times in Africa and Nigeria, a lot of young people are in business by accident. They have tried to get a job, it's not working, now they want to try business. They have tried to, japa, it didn't work, they are now back home. Let it be that your involvement in building is an intentional decision. And if it's an intentional decision, then you want to pick your pen and paper, clarify what's our vision, what's our goal here, why are we doing this thing, what do we want to achieve, where do we see ourselves 5 years from now. On a lighter note, I was watching a movie and the lady was trying to get an executive assistant, and the lady asked the gentleman, so why do you want to take this job? The guy said, I need this job because I'm a family man and I have bills and Nigeria's economy is not smiling. The lady looked at him and she's like, really? Seriously? She asked him another question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? The man said, wherever I am being paid. You see, if you employ that kind of a person in a corporate organization going somewhere, that's a recipe for disaster, because this person doesn't even have an ethos, as it were. So you don't want to build your business like that man. You don't want to live life rather like that man, where you just go anywhere. Your vision will determine your direction. Your vision will determine your allocation. I'm not surprised though with the growth that they are experiencing, because as I began to unpack these secrets I'm sharing with you, you will now see that no wonder in fact, if they don't grow, it will be an accident. If item 7 is not growing at the rate which they are growing, I would have been surprised, because from the naming to the positioning, everything is on point. Tell me, when you go to occasion, what's the high point? It's item 7. Another success secret that I unpacked, even in understanding why their growth is rapid and fast, is there is something about a customer experience that you receive when you go to any of their location. In other words, people are not necessarily returning because of the food per se, but they are returning because of the way they are treated. Now, don't get me wrong. The party jollof and the party fried, the beef, the chicken, the plantain, everything about item 7 Go is a great idea, but it is not necessarily because of the food that people keep coming back. There is what we call a strategic branding. When you look at item 7 from a distance, you can spot that this is an item 7 location, that there is a customer experience that makes you feel attached to the brand. That customer experience is what makes people to keep coming back. Think about it. What are you doing? What business or service are you rendering? The way you treat people will determine if they will come back or not. I'm reminded of an experience I had some couple of months ago, where I had called this gentleman that I needed a device, and I tell you, I called him, let's say on a Sunday evening, and as we were just about to start our conversation, The gentleman said he was going to call me back. He never called me back. The next day, I tried to get in touch with him and got to his location, and I expressed to him how that the way he acted was very unprofessional. That it's not good that you keep a customer waiting. It's not good that you even keep people waiting. When you are in conversation with people, try to have a logical conclusion before you move on to whatever you're doing, because he left me hanging on the call saying that he was going to call me back, which he never did. But I still gave him the benefit of doubt. I went to him. I got the gadget I needed from him. For whatever reason, the gadget did not deliver at optimum, and he needed to do like an after service. His after service was not adequate, and he did not even try to follow up. It will take me multiple reach out before he can respond once. Guess what? That's not a good customer experience. The Item 7 Go guys, do you know what they do? I remember going there to pick lunch one of the times. You see, from their teller, their payments, their receipts, their parking, the security guys helped us to park. The queues are being maintained. The sitting area is clean. The ambience is fresh. The guys there, they are very professional. In what am I saying? In essence, you must learn to treat people well in your business, because if you treat people well, one customer that is treated well will produce another 10. And I will say this, there is something about Africans and Nigeria that we find it difficult to maintain customers. We are always recruiting new customers. This is also common in churches, where churches are heavily invested on first timers and they forget existing members. If you want to do well in your business or in your ministry or in whatever you do, treat people well. Give people a good experience. Give them reason to come back. Nobody owes you loyalty. What will make people keep coming back to you is how you make them feel. I like that popular quote. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So Item 7 Go is a brand that really cares, because the way they treat their customers, they treat them like indeed king, because that statement says customer is king. So you want to treat your customer well and they will keep coming back. Success secret number 4 is you want to build beyond you. Build with system. You recall that I shared with you how Item 7 started in a kiosk with the gentleman Oloruntobi, Orbit as he's fondly called. Whilst he was the first person that started and he was the first person behind the counter, today there are many thousands behind the counter. However, they serve as he does. He has put in system to train their reps to the end that the service experience you have, whether it's Oloruntobi, that's Orbit himself, or any of the attendants, is almost the same. You don't want to be like my akara vendor. I remember many years ago, growing up as a young boy, I will go for akara, and when I go to get akara, that's the beans cake now, anytime I don't meet the woman that makes it, the taste, the quality, the service, everything is different. And the challenge is, this woman makes this thing with her children, but the moment she's not on seat, the quality is less. And guess what? The sales is also less. But what do you expect? Although Item 7 started from roadside, this woman's business is also by the roadside, but there is something that is different between the both of them. Item 7 Go is building with system. The akara vendor is building for survival. If she does it and customers come when she's available, glory to God. No, you don't want to build like that. If you are building like that, you are not building to last. Such that your business, if you are not available, your business will shut down. You will think it's a good thing. It's not. I've had the privilege to work with a number of MDs and CEOs, and many of the times they will tell me that their major challenge is customers and clients always want them to be the one that is attending to them. And I said to them, you don't want to be like Moses. If not for Jethro in Moses' life, Moses would have died as a leader that would not fulfill his destiny, because he was busy settling disputes, attending to people one-on-one. Jethro told him, create system, appoint elders, train these people and let them lead as you. If you think that without you the business cannot run, it is ego. And it's either you surrender your ego or you feed your ego and remain poor. So don't allow your ego to be attached to the result in your business. Separate the success of your business from yourself. That is why I know that Item 7 Go is onto a big thing in the food space. They're going to expand from Southwest to every part of Nigeria. It's just a matter of time. Lastly, the success secret that is making the Item 7 Go brand have this on rapid growth and success, as it were, is the founder has been able to expand his capacity. There is something that is called Kaizen. It's a Japanese philosophy. Continuous learning, continuous growth, progressive learning. You see, Oloruntobi, when you look at him, the man he was back in 2012 is not the man he is today. I like him as an individual, even after studying him and just understanding his process. Something about him, for the first 4 years of building his business, he had a kiosk. He managed it well. He understood the business model. After 4 years, he began to spread across the city. After 5, 6, 7 years, he began to spread across the Southwest. So you can see growth in stages according to his capacity. It's just like the parable of talents. They gave one, they gave the other one 2, they gave the other one 5. You will see that the master did not make mistake. Rather than complaining about Nigeria and how things are not working, he took the bull by the horn. He created a system. He continually increased his capacity. He continually improved on himself. Today he is in partnership with the likes of Money Point. I remember hearing Tosin and Olorunda of Money Point talk about how, they kind of have a partnership with these guys, Item 7 Go. The only reason why Money Point and other big brands can partner with them is because they have outgrown their previous stage. They have developed capacity to do business at a higher level. Don't complain about your current level. Life, I will say this as I begin to round up our conversation. You see, my dear viewer, life is in chapters and season. I don't know the chapter you're in or the season of life you find yourself, but I know this for a fact. If you're a builder, if you're an entrepreneur or a would-be entrepreneur, you might be in a season where you are just starting up. You don't want to be in a hurry to live that season of life. You want to learn everything possible within that season. You don't want to complain. You want to be content and say, this season of life where I have just one kiosk or one shop, I will start it and I will build it. You're a tailor. You have one machine in the corner of your room. You are making dress. How well are you making it? How excellent are you? The time that you're supposed to be making dress, are you watching movie? The time you are supposed to be producing results, are you complaining and lamenting about how things are not working and you just don't have enough money to build your business the way you want? Like they say, you can always make lemonade out of your lemon. So look at those secret sauce I've shared with you. Which of them resonate with you? Is it the point 1? Is it the point 2? Is it the point 3? Is it the point 4? Or the point 5? Where we talk about thinking and starting smart, not necessarily big. That might be the missing loop in your process. Or is it the need for you to increase your capacity? Go for personal development. Become the kind of person that can manifest your dream. I remember just learning from Reverend Sam Adeyemi. He said after he sold his first car into the ministry, the next car they were going to get, he wrote it out. He wrote the amount he needed. He would later meet Pastor Adefarasin, and Pastor Adefarasin gifted him the money. But when he went back, he saw that he had written it on a card that I need this particular amount. At the time, 28 years ago, it was 400,000 he needed. And that was the gift he got from Pastor Adefarasin of the House on the Rock. I say that to say that I don't know what phase of life you're in, but I know that these things I share with you are principles. I like to pick the principles from people's life and see what we can model, even as we are on our own journey to peak performance. Many thanks for being a part of today's conversation. I remain Michael Ogunshola, the peak performance strategist, saying you are created for peak performance. Let's do this again on the next one. Go for it.